Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
JKL and Crisp.
Yeah, it's true. We have 369 TPing down here. Could potentially look for a dive, and they're going to on Hoya.
He's not level 6. Pulverize under the tower, and Hoya knows that there's no point in trying to burn a flash. That guarantees first blood for top esports.
And in the early game here, but especially with level 6s being found for a lot of the solo laners, we're really starting to get into the part of the game where these plays are going to matter a lot, and top esports the one to strike first, even if that doesn't show in the gold.
Xiaohuangren is moving aggressively into this river. Crisp is there to at least interrupt. Kanavi jumps up. Feather getting distracted by the charm, but now Kree might be in trouble. Satab got the ignite ticking thanks to Feather on the Nautilus. Hoya is now looking for revenge onto Kanavi. Crisp is split up from the rest of the group. He might just give his life for the greater cause, but a good pulverize stops Feather in his tracks, and Kanavi has seemingly made his escape as well.
Yeah, it's really well disengaged there by top esports, but we're not done. 1xN JackieLove. 1v1 on the top side. JackieLove definitely getting the better of it. This Jhin is in danger.
I mean, JackieLove could kill him with one more Mystic shot into an Arcane Shift. Barrier pop. JackieLove just gets the solo bolo and not even falling to a turret shot, not needing to use Flash or Barrier. JackieLove is playing hot tonight.
1xN just not respecting the damage coming in from Ezreal. He's got that Sheen completed. He's able to do a ton, but did JackieLove overstay?
Well, unfortunately, JackieLove was on top of a ward. However, he dealt a lot of damage to Feather. Oh no, was it all an elaborate ruse? Feather, one more auto attack. JackieLove just saying it was all calculated, all according to Keikaku. And top esports resulted in a stark gold lead for the team. And because of the pressure and the delayed backs of JackieLove and Crisp, it is Grubs going over to ThunderTalk. Meanwhile, good pick. Cream's in trouble. Spirit Rush is going to bring the Vi over the wall. And even though it was on the other side, Xiaohuangren damage still connects in the end. And ThunderTalk are at least able to remain within striking distance and even gold parity thanks to the pick on Cream.
Keeping your eyes open, it's what we want to see, but they leave Xiaohuangren out to dry. No, he's just going to be able to dash over the wall. It's going to be pretty simple. Overall, it's just a really nicely timed play from ThunderTalk. They realized that JackieLove needed to back after getting all of that gold influx, and they're not able to capitalize on the big piece of pressure that they generated on the top side. They rush it down as quickly as they can. Great way to blow all the ultimates to win a fight there, but Crisp is going deep here, and Kanavi's with him.
Oh, this is dirty. Xiaohuangren trying to Q through the Alistar, but can't make it, and no flash available on the Vi since they already used it in the prior skirmish, and top esports gonna punish the new jungler ThunderTalk. Blitzing this dragon as fast as possible since everyone from top esports was on base. Yeah, they're not gonna get a chance to contest for it all. I have to say, I'm a little, I don't want to say concerned, but I'm definitely impressed that ThunderTalk are being able to find these quick windows of getting these objectives. First the Grub window, and now the second dragon of the game. And top esports aren't really getting that much off of it because within the time frame of these objectives are being taken, it's top esports redeploying. Not pressuring a turret quite yet, but just them getting back on the map.
Yeah, and 369 is going to be the target here.
He does not have flash. This looks like an easy kill setup from Xiaohuangren's Vi. Vault Breaker right on top of it as well. ThunderTalk are keeping themselves competitive with top esports in the first game of this series.
Support coming in from Crisp. It looks like ThunderTalk might be able to win it. It's so close.
Yeah, I think top esports just already conceded the fact that they weren't going to get first brick since Crisp already started channeling the base timers. So JackieLove, knowing that he's no longer going to beat the clock on that one, just going to take his time on letting the turret kill every last minion and deny as much gold and experience as possible. So, I have to say, K-Man,
by far the most exposed member of top esports right now, and just constantly trying to get as many resources out of him as possible is pretty massive for this team. JackieLove could be the target here, though, if they can pick him off. That's huge.
Deadly Flourish right on top of it. No Arcane Shift available. He's forced to flash. The Death Charge follows him, but he's at least still alive. Crisp is now going to face tank a lot of the damage, and punting in Feather by the flash repositioning. Well done by Crisp and JackieLove to punish ThunderTalk Gaming. And Satab, no! Oh, I didn't even realize he was TPing right into the middle of all four. You got to remember with teleports on this patch and in this new season. I think this is TT actually actively conceding the third dragon of the game and trying to play for a quick pick, if not the tier 2 structure being felled here on the top side.
Yeah, I actually really like this play from ThunderTalk. I think they realize the Dragon win condition is just not real this game, so they're just going to get a free tier 2 on the top side for their troubles. And this Herald's not done yet. They're going to try and drive this out of here. It looks like it might just be used as an escape path. Don't imagine they're going to be running it all the way down, but you know, it's nicely done. This Dragon doesn't really mean all that much for ThunderTalk, at least at the current moment, so getting something in return, but Kanavi trying to catch out Hoya. He's going to have to use the ult to just get
we talked about in the draft, when they were looking at some available AD carries that could maintain an advantage and still be relatively safe, Ezreal was quite the nice pick here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ezreal is such a great champion on his own, but in the hands of JackeyLove, he becomes unreal in terms of just how strong that champion can be. Looks like it's just going to be a trade of tier 1 towers here on top and bot, but it's just overextension once again from ThunderTalk on that previous play. They saw Kanavi on a ward, and so they should have had absolutely no qualms just backing out of that play if you were looking for an Ezreal there with a Xin Zhao to be able to, you know, collapse. It's questionable decision-making once again coming in from this team, and Chris could be looking for a very aggressive play. Xiao Huangren caught in his own jungle, the rest of his team.
Yeah, Xiao Huangren tries to use the ultimate to get through Crisp and flashing away back to safety. The charm will find the Vi, and Cream and JackeyLove will finally get vengeance on this Vi for paying them so much pain in the early game. Top Esports now continuing the chase. 4 versus 4. Cream looks for another charm. Flashed by Satab, but he is still in a world of hurt. The last bullet does nail Cream in the back of the head, but Top Esports is going to continue the chase, and 1xM will fall next. It's a double kill for JackeyLove, and Top Esports now 10-4, making that gold lead even larger than before, and Hoya could be the next one to die. The win becomes lightning. It's the third Mystic shot. It's just so damn good.
Unreal kinds of fighting there from Top Esports. It's ironic because I do think the setup there from ThunderTalk is pretty nice. You want to fight in these close quarters with the curtain call coming out, with a potential, you know, Aurora being able to, you know, fight on the backline, the teleport coming in and getting on a priority target pretty much immediately. The problem is they're just too far behind. They allow JackeyLove to free hit throughout the entirety of the fight, and there's no way to win it at that point. So, you know, big credit to to Top Esports for being able to win it. They're going to take the tier 1 mid as a consolation.
A Hail Mary here. They're just going to force Top Esports to challenge them at Otacon.
Yeah, Crisp is super low. This is basically a 4v5 in favor of ThunderTalk if they want to go for it.
Engage. Right on the 369. Def Charge already used there. Hoya trying to follow up with... Oh, Chris! How did he get back there? What a massive flank by the Alistar! ThunderTalk thought that they had forced Crisp out of the fight, but he comes back with strong vengeance, and this cow just dismantled ThunderTalk.
Oh my goodness, that was an unreal flank from Chris, but it was set up perfectly by the rest of Top Esports to create this gigantic cluster for ThunderTalk to just be eviscerated on. The equalizer ends up scoring. They're going to get everything on the map for it.
No Alistar ultimate, no problem for Crisp, as he just needs one single combo to end all of ThunderTalk Gaming in one swift play, and Top Esports now expeditiously climbed to a 6,000 gold lead off of the force by ThunderTalk. And you know what? I'm not even mad at ThunderTalk for, you know, making that gambit. I'd rather teams that are lower in the seeding. Hang on, 369 could be caught here. A seismic shove. Okay,
teleport coming in.
Decent pick. Oh wait, Cream is teleporting in 1v3, trying to buy as much time as he can. Good charm onto Satab. Chris trying to punt him away. This guarantees that at least Satab falls, and now it's a 4-on-4 for the side of Top Esports. Just a quick pick for ThunderTalk, ends up being evened out by Top Esports, and once again, K-Man, I'm going to say the same thing. I do not mind ThunderTalk trying to throw stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. You might as well, since you're not expected to win this game.
I agree. I agree that it's a good idea to at least try, as we see Kanavi just jumping onto Hoya and forcing him out by himself. But the problem for ThunderTalk is look at Top Esports comp. They're going to be able to respond. Not only is the only priority target on the enemy team an Ezreal, who can just arcane shift out of any fight, but he also built Hex Drinker. So he's not even going to get bursted down by the Aurora at this point, but the fight's going to be started.
Yeah, Vi already flash queued onto JackeyLove, just trying to force something, but no one was near the Vi, and you can just sense the desperation from Xiao Huangren to try and force a play. Once again, I'm not mad at it. Unfortunately, no one from ThunderTalk could even realistically follow up, so now this guarantees 5-on-4 as Feather is forced to flash over the wall, trying to run away from the equalizer. Look at the damage! Flash Wind becomes lightning from Kanavi, slows him down, and the rest of Top Esports will run ThunderTalk out of this mid lane. Curtain call is going to be opened up and will not find a damn thing, K-Man.
It's just, there's nothing to do here for ThunderTalk. I think we talked about it in the pre-show. One of the things we were really looking for from this team was a sense of identity, and a sense that might be, I think that might be a little bit of an accelerated thing. A 5K gold lead for JackieLove, and now Top Esports can take anything.
We've seen it once, we've seen it twice, and now a third time. Chris, pulverize flash into reposition for the headbutt, and it's easy scoopings onto Saytab's life for Top Esports. This guarantees a 5-on-4 as they start sieging into the base of ThunderTalk, and Cream just dashing around trying to see if he can force any other quick picks. Spirit Rush already extended, but Top Esports now pushing into the Nexus Towers. Feather gonna look for a dredge line answered by Crisp, and great punt away by Kanavi as he re-engages on the Xin Zhao, just creating space for his carries to do all the dirty work. Hoya forced to retreat into the fountain, and there's not a damn thing that 1xN can do. Top Esports will clean out game 1 of this series against ThunderTalk Gaming.
What a dominant showing for Top
Worlds meta where a bunch of assassins were playing Bruiser with like Gore Drinker and Conquer, which is not very cash money, the most entertaining way of...
Yeah, that was very, very close. That's really bad for Saytab. You need to be able to establish pressure in this 1v1 in the mid lane, or else things get very dire very quickly. Saytab!
Oh, flash! Committed bolt! Saytab gets the 1v1 on the LeBlanc.
I wasn't sure he had enough mana.
No idea that Kanavi is about to poach these wolves, but he might have an idea, and now he gets a chance to spot it out. He's like, hey guys, there's a Talon. Get this guy. I think the smite went over to Kanavi, so at least he poached the wolves successfully, but now he's got to be careful about when he uses his E, because Xiao Huangren can block it with the steadfast presence. He's going to use it over on this way, but now Kanavi is in deep enemy territory, no way out, and Saytab just got gift wrapped a second kill.
We'll see how that goes. It could be a collapse.
Saytab wants to be able to pressure this, but he can't because it's just a one-man mission so far. Xiao Huangren was on base, so even with information on this dragon being started up by Top Esports, not really much can be done on the side of ThunderTalk to stop it. You did hear top side with the wave in their favor, and at least Hoya sticking around to ensure that these grubs were not going to be contested for. Jumping onto Kanavi, Xiao Huangren locks down the Talon, waiting to see the kind of the E over the wall before he commits it, but now the re-engage by Cream, and now Xiao Huangren is going to pay the piper here. Saytab looking for a little bit of extra damage, but it's not going to be enough. Was not able to get enough burst onto this. Did debut the LeBlanc earlier in the split against Invictus Gaming. It was against rookies Talia. Unfortunately for them, they did not win. And meanwhile, Saytab is in a world of trouble. Thanks to the clone passive, is at least able to get away from Kanavi's grasp. And now with Xiao Huangren arriving to the party, Cream is in a world of trouble. Maybe can at least get one more butt stab, but he's not going to find it because Saytab is able to dip around the soldiers. And it's another double kill. Or 8 stacks on the Dark Seal, I should say. I mean, this is a great position if you want to get this LeBlanc to be your main win condition now in the mid game where she's accelerated, and 369 is tanky. But he could be in a world of trouble if there is another chain. But it's the steadfast presence that pumps 369 into the wall, forcing him to flash. Getting slowed by the hammer shock. But here comes Kanavi, but 369 already gets popped. Xiao Huangren trying to survive as long as possible, and Kanavi just doesn't do enough damage. He gets super close, but with the triumph coming in, Xiao Huangren still...
The tempo in this game, which is what we talked about them needing to have, as we can see them utilize it to not only start taking this dragon, but take the tier 1 mid lane as well. We're going to see Saytab potentially looking for another play. JackieLove!
That was close. I thought that was just a one-shot right there, and the fact that JackieLove didn't even pop the barrier, I mean, I wouldn't have that kind of composure myself. I would have burned so many summoner spells right there.
He's got the math done in his head. He's calculated every scenario. He knows every outcome, and he understands that he doesn't need to burn it there. But I will say one thing for Top Esports.
Hey, man, and start, you know, theorizing potential timelines just from the state of this game. ThunderTalk are relatively overall 3,000 gold ahead. Cream should be fine. So, with that being said, hang on. What are we doing? Okay, Riftail is going to crash in. Cream is under pressure at the moment. There's going to be 3 people arriving to the top side. This is a lot of members invested over for a potential tier 2 crash and just trying to accelerate the gold as much as possible. Nice knock up onto Cream. Did Cream just get himself killed? Not quite, but he is now down 50% HP. Kanavi gets hit by a bubble! Culling is going to rip this Talon apart, and he can't even parkour back the safety of his own jungle. ThunderTalk now continuing the chase, looking for Cream. Satab gets a lot of poke down, but now he is surrounded by multiple members here trying to escape with Feather. The bubble does land onto Jackie Love, and it buys enough space for Satab to escape. It's on this top jungle quadrant where Cream can't really move. Still down a lot of gold. Now almost 3,000. Satab is no. Jackie Love might be in trouble. He has the barrier, still has the flash, gonna pop it, but 1xN is going to get the kill, and now Jackie Love down. Both summoner spells still dying is spelling the end of Top Esports in the second game.
Oh, it just goes from bad to worse, and it goes from great to flashy for 1xN, who pulls off a stylish kill on what a lot of people consider to be one of, if not the best AD carry in the LPL. It's gorgeous stuff. Xiaohuangren now just gonna blast that Talon out of there. They're looking for this tower, and Satab, you have to respect the damage coming in from the LeBlanc. They just unfortunately don't have the wave to be able to capitalize, but it's just looking phenomenal for ThunderTalk. They
very little value other than just having a smite attached to his champion skin.
Yeah, now we're seeing the teleport come in. Dragon has started. This is a big fight for ThunderTalk. If they're able to win it, could be game.
Cream is looming on the left side. Hasn't been spotted yet by that control ward in the red buff brush. Oh my gosh, Crisp is already chunked out. Xiaohuangren going over the wall, trying to blast Cream out of the fight. They're engaging onto Hoya, forcing him to flash. Satab tries to step up, look for some poke. Tidal Wave only hits Chris. Culling nails him into the back. Hoya sending it behind the two-man unstoppable onslaught. Cream is trying to create as much chaos as possible with the Azir, but it's just ThunderTalk gaming. ThunderTalk in the talk, and Top Esports will all collapse as 1xN picks up the quadra kill. Oh, just give it to him. 1xN, one man with all 5 members on his side. 369 trying to do the most, but Satab, being a scumbag, will steal the Penta away from 1xN. But this is ThunderTalk's game to shine.
No Penta for
ThunderTalk. Top Esports, in their losses, you know, we had asked the question at the top of the series day, is it Jackie Love's fault, you know, or are there other individuals at fault here? And, you know, the conclusion that we found is that it's really when Kanavi and one other person from the top side of the map are, you know, dastardously behind. Well, K-Man, what has happened exactly this game?
I'm not even sure you can call Kanavi behind, because I'm not even sure he's in the game still. It feels like this talent is just completely disconnected. Yeah, I mean, just dashing in over and over again. We could potentially see a play, though. 369's on the flank.
Hoya's gonna lead the charge. Oh, it's just too easy. Jackie Love can't do anything, and Kanavi is just throwing paper clips at the rest of ThunderTalk with these daggers, as they are just not really doing any resilience of damage, and Top Esports are crumbling through the bottom side of the map. I'd be damned if ThunderTalk would just want to end the game right here, right now.
Yeah, this should be the end for ThunderTalk. This should be them picking up a Game 2 victory. They don't want to go for it, though. They don't want to overextend. Crisp coming up in 1 second here. Jackie Love up in 10 as well, so they didn't feel that they could close out in time. But you know what? They
should be very wary of a LeBlanc game from Satab, because if he was able to play this well into Cream's Azir, I mean, imagine who else can step up to the plate that would be in that play-in spot against ThunderTalk. As yeah, that's some fried chicken on the menu for ThunderTalk. Another golden bird going their way.
That's an all-out coming in from 369. He's looking here. Doesn't seem like he'll find too much, but we will overall just see what ThunderTalk can put together. You're absolutely right. I think at this point, the only thing they're fighting over is who's going to get more kills in this game, Satab or 1xN. That's kind of the goal at this point. Who's going to be able to pick up as much as possible? It's just so difficult. 17-1 here for Top Esports. They found nothing on the map, and you highlighted it really well. This is the problem when you watch this, you know, middle of the map fall behind in the early game. They don't play from behind particularly well. It's why they've struggled internationally, because when you go up against these teams that can more consistently win in the early game, do Top Esports have the answers to be able to bounce back from those situations? Right now, the answer to that is looking kind of like a no, and even against a team like ThunderTalk, that's already very concerning to me.
Yep. That's why the community was mad about Top Esports internationally at first hand. However, Satab could be in trouble here, and okay, that's a big bounty being shut down for Kanavi. Okay, well, we're gonna see how well
fight and start taking Dragon. Baron can be started by ThunderTalk with 4 members on the map. It makes it so difficult to really be able to do anything. Kanavi gonna commit to try to finish off this Dragon. I actually really like this play. ThunderTalk gonna force the issue.
Cream is actually forcing the Emperor's Divine onto 1xN and got both summoner spells out of this Lucian. 369 trying to blitz his way forward. Kanavi cannot join this fight quite yet since he picked up the Dragon, as the rest of Top Esports trying to do battle with this super tank sign, and they just cannot punch through it at the moment. Kanavi steps up and takes way too much damage and realizes that he cannot fight. That teleports are coming in for ThunderTalk. They're going to blitz the end of the game, push past the inhibitor already in the mid lane, and take game 2 away from Top Esports.
The perfect setup for ThunderTalk there, destroys everybody on Top Esports, and we are looking at a team that we questioned going into the day. Well, we can't question them now. They pick up a big win over the best team in the LPL.
But this is really bold from the side of Top Esports, I will say.
I think bold is maybe underselling it from Top Esports here. This is greedy.
Wave.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's Xiao Huangren making his way, you know, to either the top or the bot side and saying, well, I can get Rocket Jump on the way so that we can't have any aggression coming in from the Akali. You don't really need to play for the anonymity right now, but Kanavi is going to be here on the top side first. Grub's still not spawning for another minute, but Kanavi and Satab sitting here. Satab's level 6.
Kanavi is at least, you know, getting some decent damage onto him. Satab doesn't want to have to force to use the ultimate. Oh, Kanavi's now in trouble. Flash away. Perfect execution. Satab picks up first blood, but at least Cream equalizes it 1-1.
Yeah, still a very good trade for Satab.
Make a strong objective move on the map here.
Yeah, and if they're able to get these grubs with the comp that they have, that's pretty massive. It just opens up a couple of doors for both Hoya and Satab in the back half of the game, especially with their pick potential, and it looks like they're going to be relatively free, although Top Esports looking to contest.
Wait a minute. It's Chris engaging, and now Xiao Huangren in trouble, flashing backwards into the pit. Cream using the jump to distance himself away. Satab doesn't have perfect execution quite yet. Good stun by Chris, but Hoya is able to stamp him down to size, and Chris will go down in the end. I think that still ends up being 3 grubs for the side of ThunderTalk. Top Esports were not able to prevent any of it just to establish pressure. But now teleport is coming in from Cream. 369 also has the first move as he got the wave shoved in against Hoya. Hoya's going to try to cut him off and at least try to mark him as well. Needlework. Oh, 369 is going to get clipped here. It was a teleport from Satab on the bottom side of the map, but Jackie secures the second dragon of the game, but Satab does away 369, and now the rest of Top Esports have to be careful because it is effectively a 4v5. Satab looking forward, already used the perfect execution. I don't think there's going to be any more engages as a quick buster shot to the face ensures that Top Esports all get out alive. Forces now to overload on the bottom side of the map. This tier 1 could be the next big target here as Xiao Huangren gets stunned up by Chris.
Oh, he missed the
flash from the Impale, trying to jump away from Satab. Quick buster shot. Cream is trying to play this one out strong, but Xiao Huangren flashes and smacks him in the mouth. ThunderTalk all escape. Now Chris is trying to lock down Satab. Spear lands. Kanavi flashing forward, but he just doesn't do enough damage. There's no way that Satab should have lived there, but the wild growth and the level advantage keeps him alive. Chris Q flash looking for Xiao Huangren, but he looks over the wall and escapes with the Ishtal impact. And now Jackie is being called to the fray, trying to slow him down. Chain of Corruption's right on top of the Skarner, gets the knockup and the flip from Chris. One more auto attack, and it's the hail of arrows. And Jackie at least gets something back for Top Esports.
Ooh, that almost was really, really bad for TES. If they weren't able to pull back that kill at the end, it would have Herald immediately getting dropped here on the top side. Top Esports going to try to pick up as much as they can here because they understand how much pressure is being put on the bot side by ThunderTalk here. There's no way for them to be able to match. They're going to try to get that charge into tier 2 as well, and we actually see pings going down. Hoya could be in trouble on the top side here if they want to stay. Doesn't look like it for now. Hoya just gonna play a little bit patiently, but overall, it's a good play for Top Esports. These are the priority for TES. They've been stacking these.
Kanavi's in the area, so is Chris. They get vision on it, but it seems a little too scary to just brute force their way back in. And it definitely seems like ThunderTalk will get it for free, but they're trying to stall them on the way back into the tier 1 so they can look for extra damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage from 369's Jace there. And we haven't gotten a chance to talk or touch upon
Actually,
it.
if you build any MR with the Hex Drinker completed for the Jace, it's really easy for him to take a lot of these trades, but those trades aren't going to get easier as the game continues to go along. Jace is going to start losing tempo and losing pressure, whereas the Gwen is going to start becoming even more of a nuisance, and especially even in the side lane, it's going to become harder and harder, even with the gold lead, for 369 to have the same kind of tempo. And so
I feel about this for the side of top esports. This is teleport now being expended by Hoya, and 369 is forced to walk to the bottom side of the map, so he's going to be very late for this play. I think the only thing that he can do is just push in mid wave and maybe threaten tier 2 in the mid lane.
Ooh, the Impale
goes wide. Wait a minute, Magnusword from Chris, 3-man stun. Cream is about to come in. Xiao Huangren is super low. Kanavi steals the Otacon, and here comes 369. It's disaster for ThunderTalk Gaming. 1xN trying to fight for his life on this one. Satab doesn't get the assassination on Cream in the backline. 1xN still pumping up the damage with the zap, 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 but it's not working. This Sari is not finding any kills for himself, and somehow Top Esports have outplayed ThunderTalk at the most crucial fight in the game. We were doubting them, we were concerned, but Top Esports showed that they are just damn straight better.
Oh my god, Rafa, I am feeling some feelings right now for Top Esports. I have no idea what just happened for ThunderTalk. It's a 4v5 once Hoya teleports in, but they lose so much health posturing around Otacon that they actually can't fight. The moment that Xiao Huangren ends up missing that Impale, it lands on no one. We've seen teams, especially on Soul Point, really want to go for it, but if they do want to make a play on the Baron, they need to make sure that they keep Vision out of the area, which they're doing now. Xiao Huangren looking for a miracle play. He's not going to find it.
Trying to flash on top of Crisp, I guess, but here comes Satab with a flank, going through all members, but Crisp is able to buy some time. Kanavi falls thanks to the assassination of Satab, and now ThunderTalk have guaranteed there's no smite available on the side of Top Esports for the next 40 seconds.
The problem is, I'm just not sure they get much more out of it other than just a kill onto Satab, which, don't get me wrong, is important. They get the mid-tier 1 as well, which is really nice, but when you look at the map state, they certainly can't even attempt to try at, you know, ThunderTalk to be able to create their own advantages and to fight on their terms.
369 has a chance to get the jump on Hoya first here. Needlework should be available. Actually, it's not available for another 8 seconds. 369 just gets the solo kill straight up. Hoya was not able to find where 369 was when he thought it was safe and comfortable trying to play for this fight. I think this is just Infernal Soul straight up given over to Top Esports.
That is a horrible mistake from ThunderTalk. Their bot lane just overextending, Cream doing a great job to essentially flank the bot lane, get so much damage off, and burn every resource. They can't contest without that Zeri Lulu. They just can't. There's no way for them to be able to fight that out. They try and exchange by establishing pressure on the top side, but they can't exactly start this Baron. If they do, I'd be stunned.
Because 369 can just pressure on the bottom side of the map. I mean, Top Esports, they're going to be forced to challenge, yes, but 369 is actually going to join the fray and make sure that it's a 5-on-5, the strongest possible setup for Top Esports. Satab once again waiting in the shadows, trying to see if he can get a flank, but Feather is almost low. Satab reveals himself, but the rest of Top Esports now trying to tunnel back in. Jackie Love under fire. The perfect execution finds its mark. Satab goes golden, but Cream is still alive, and if he can't take out both of the carries, then Top Esports can still play this one out. Looks like ThunderTalk. Wait, they didn't even get the Baron? Did Top Esports steal it?
It's going to be difficult to defend against this push if you're ThunderTalk.
Yeah, I just can't help but imagine that all spirits, all momentum broke as soon as the Otacon fight went so haywire for ThunderTalk. Because now
Xiao Huangren.
It's Xiao Huangren running for his life. He did burn the flash and he dodges the chain of corruptions, but he's not going to get a chance to re-engage this fight unless he is ready to die on the front lines for his comrades, because that is going to be a one-way trip. Teleport is coming in. Xiao Huangren rejoins the fray, but they're all going to jump onto Satab. He's going to pop the golden mark of that Zhonya's, but he still gets popped like a balloon. 369 going to get wrapped up here. It's actually Kanavi, or Chris, I should say, but Xiao Huangren Impale only onto a support, not that great of a value there on the ultimate, and ThunderTalk now without a front line, without an assassin, are down to 3 members left, and Top Esports say, screw the top side, we're just gonna go straight for the base and end this series. The first Nexus Tower falls, and all the members of ThunderTalk are starting to pop in the backline. Buster Shot is gonna push 1xM back into the fountain, and Top Esports will do away ThunderTalk and lock them into 10th place. GG, well played.